We're back. We are back.
This one's going to be a controversial topic. Let's talk about women and their independence and how men don't like it and believe that women should be in their feminine power. But where
The
where
submissive power, the
this
submissive level of what a lot of men believe women should be in.
right, but how can a woman be quote unquote submissive if the man that they're with doesn't lead? You have
It's a
to
hard one.
you have to be able to lead a household as a man for a woman to be able to be in her feminine power and her, quote unquote submissive. A woman will follow if you can lead. That's where men are, I feel, getting lost nowadays is they want women who follow
Mm-hmm.
without being a real leader, without being a real provider, without, you know, understanding that providing takes more than just money. Are you providing me
Mm-hmm.
with emotional stability? Are you providing me with a safe space? Are you providing me with open communication? Are you providing me a place where I can flourish
Mm-hmm.
in being a woman, where I'm not having to be independent and work quote unquote so hard, you know?
Yeah.
The term to me as a feminine woman comes from being loved and taken care of properly by a man
Mm-hmm. And having a safe space
and having a safe space.
and knowing that they have a partner to back them up that
Right. Who is
can
reliable.
lead lead a solid path
Mm-hmm.
in their relationship and their marriage.
Right.
I
That
feel like once a man starts to show that he's incapable of being a leader,
mm-hmm.
I think naturally people will start to follow and or look for a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You
But not
know,
only that, the woman will view you differently.
yeah, and it's hard. This is a really hard one because like I understand the aspect of being like a man, right, or being able to provide,
Right, but men also are what do you bring to the table?
right, and that's it shouldn't have to be that way.
So
That's so
but it's like
dumb.
so which one do you want? Do you
Yeah,
want to know what I bring to the table, or are
right,
you bringing me to the table?
right.
Are you bringing me the table and so I can provide everything else that goes on the table?
Hmm.
Which one do you want? Do you want me to bring the table, be an independent
Hmm.
girly, you know, have my own you want me to have all this shit to bring to the table, but then you don't want me to be independent. So like
To
which
be
one
the
do you
shit.
want? Right. So which one do you want? Do you want to be the
Right.
provider who brings me the table and I make you a meal?
Hmm.
I make you a home? Or do you want me to have my own fucking table?
Right. And then you're just there.
You
You
know?
can say you do this, and this, but she's not gonna view you as such. So like I can't view you that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it definitely becomes I guess it's like it's a hard one. I'm old school,
Mhm.
right? So I grew up old school.
Mhm.
And I told you before, like the beginning, like how I was, where it's like I come from a Mexican household, so it's different. You know what I mean?
Wait, you're Mexican?
Oh, what? um, and old school Mexican household, and people will understand
mhm.
that it sucks because that's that toxic trait that you will see growing up, and you think it's a normal thing.
Mhm.
The female takes care of this, and this, and this. The dad comes home, where's my food at?
Mhm.
Did you wash my clothes and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Naturally,
Even your dad has a hard time with that with us sometimes.
right. And I told him I was like, Dad, it's different. Like I don't have to basically do what you did.
Mhm.
I learned from you, yes. And I expected these things as a man as I got older that a
Mhm.
female would do for me, and it's not the case. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's not that I don't do. It's
right?
just
It's
differently.
just different. It's like no, no, no. Like I don't this goes back to the conversation we had before. Was like I expect you to do this, and this because you're the female of the house,
Mhm.
right? Men don't understand that we are capable of doing so too, but the masculine part of it, and the reason why a lot of females don't look at you
It's because
masculine,
men lack independence.
right? See, this is a hard conversation because there's a lot of men out there who, like you said before, can't change a tire. Like if we get sick on the middle of the road and I'm like, baby, I don't know how to change a tire.
Let's call AAA.
Huh?
Let's call AAA.
Right? You know what I mean? Now I gotta. So that was the biggest thing for me. Is like,
My biggest thing though too is though if you're a man and you're single, who does your clothes? Who washes your dishes? Who cooks for you? Who cleans for you? You do. So why is it when you get in a relationship you automatically assume that another person who you also expect to work a full-time job also takes care of you and picks up your slack? You know, or like men want to be chased. Men want to be courted. Men want, and I'm not saying you shouldn't put effort into pursuing a man because you absolutely should. But it's like as if they want the roles reversed. They want picked up at the doorstep. They want dropped off. They want their forehead kissed goodnight. They want to be told they look pretty.
I like that one.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You can kiss my forehead, I don't care.
I do kiss your forehead.
I'm Little Spoon.
You are a Little Spoon. That's right.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't bother me because I know who I am as a person. I know what I can do. Or like I can play the man, you know what I mean, the husband part of the relationship, and that's totally fine. You know what I mean? Like I don't care being a Little Spoon. I was like, yeah,
it's just comfortable.
You know what I mean? Like cuddle me up. I don't care.
But you cuddle me too, though.
You know what I mean? But then people are like, oh no, it's, you know, it's so feminine. It's weird, bro. Why do you do that? You're gonna be a man. Because that's what we're taught, right? Men do this, 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 and this. But then you get in a relationship, and it's completely backwards. You know what I mean? They think they know, but they don't know. I think is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. It's like they think they're manly, or they think they're alphas,
they're
right?
Hot shit,
right? Because somebody on TV told them they're alphas, right? Because
Andrew Tate.
I'm an alpha. You know, or like
okay, but that's another thing. Men want high value men, want women with low body counts, but all of the experience under the sun.
How you gonna be a freaking shoes, man? It's like
they believe women should be seen and not heard. They want a woman who makes six figures but sits at home in a pink fluffy chair without actually, but not more than them though, because that attacks their masculinity.
That was a hard one for me, but I learned like it's okay because that's how I was raised, right?
Okay, so that was hard for you that I make more than you?
No, at the beginning, I was like, this is weird. You know what I mean? Because I was raised to provide. You know what I mean? So for me to be okay with you taking that role, I was like, dang, she's gonna leave me, man. She's gonna leave me. She's gonna find somebody else. You know? And it's not the case. It really isn't. I've learned a lot, you know, being both roles. So I don't know. It's easy now. I'm okay with it now. So I mean, you hear like when people are like, "Oh, so what do you do?" I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I go to school because I'm not used to having that conversation, especially with other men who think they're on top. You know what I mean? People who believe that they're.
But it's like, a blessing to be able to be at home with your kid.
It's nice. I do enjoy it. But like I can never talk shit about, you know, the stay-at-home parent doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Because I've seen both sides. I've been there, done that.
People don't realize how hard it is to be a stay-at-home parent. People also don't realize how hard it is to be a working parent. It's hard being a parent just in general, but it's nice that, you know, we have flipped roles because now you understand why when you come home, yeah, I might not have left the house all day, but I'm exhausted. It's a lot of work.
It is. Yeah, no. I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming to our TED Talk. We hope to see you follow us on our journey. If you feel like there's any topics that we should talk about, comment below and we will talk about it. Definitely.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially getting other people's views, you know, like insights.
So. And just, you know, male and female perspective, you know. All right, guys. Bye. Jesus.